at the end of the day, it's hard work. It's people believing in you. It's not being afraid to take that leap. So what happened was a guy named Ricky D, who's a very popular promoter.
Shout out to Ricky D.
Shout out to Ricky D. Took me under his wing and brought me along and showed me the ropes as a promoter. You know what I mean? And we were doing a lot of parties, great parties, but I was trying to look for something different to promote the parties. So I would go to Bouge de la at Music Plus, which was a dance show.
Okay.
And I'd bring the flyer up there, ask the VJ, can you please promote my parties? And I kept on coming up there, and then one day the music director, says to me, hey, I want to speak with you. I said, no problem. I think I'm in trouble now. So he says to me, each time you come up here, you bring a cool energy, you have cool people around you. I'm looking for a dance coordinator. Malik don't know nothing about dance, right? Malik don't know nothing about dance.
But what did you tell him when he asked you?
Not a problem.
My man.
I'm going to do it.
Damn right.
Because I was connecting to the clubs, right?
Exactly.
So I was able to go in the clubs for free, take all the dancers, bring them to that show, and blow that show up. And then from there, the hip hop show came about. So Abe was she was the first host for the hip hop show, and I was a researcher for the hip hop show because they needed a researcher. So that was easy for me to research.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then after that, the R&B show came. So people like Marilyn Flack, shout out to her, Isabel Rasico, and other people, I had referred them to come and audition. These are beautiful black women. I know they can get down and do the R&B. So they picked Marilyn. So she became the face of urban music at Music Plus. And then from there, I became a coordinator. So I went from a dance coordinator to a research on the hip hop show to a coordinator. And then once, Abe left and Marilyn left, you know what I mean? They would ask me, a couple of times, hey, we have Wyclef in town. Can you do an interview with Wyclef? But I knew Wyclef from before. So when I did the interview, the energy was intense. They never seen something like that before. You know what I mean? So, it started from there, and they just appreciated my hard work, my effort. And then plus, I was always the community guy. So at the time, I was working at the YMCA Point St. Charles, on the YMCA Tupac. I was doing things with kids. So they're always bringing the community aspect of doing things. So I would create tours. Like I did a tour with Health Canada called Tournée contre la toxicomanie, so non-smoking tour. So we were touring across Quebec. So because I was a promoter, it was easy for me to produce tours and shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then from there, I did stay in school tours in different high schools. And then I did Mardi Gras Fiesta tours with me and my DJ, touring around little cities across Quebec.
Got it.
So for me, I understood that none of the VJs wanted to travel outside of Montreal. Me, I'm saying, I'm going to les banlieues, les régions. I'm going to meet my fans. And when we came to that city, we were welcomed like superstars. It was crazy because they weren't used to people from Montreal with our swag coming to those cities and rocking the clubs. So I was hosting it, but I was bringing that like franglais, American, francophone swag. They never seen that before.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. It was a blast.
That's so dope. And I'm so glad that you really told it, because I'm sure that there's some people that have seen you, but they're like, yeah, Malik Shaheed, like Music Plus, VJs. But you gave the come up story. Yeah. You gave that you stepped and you had your foot in the door, but you didn't start just right. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, and I think this generation, sometimes we just see the microwave. We see how people get there. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast right now. For me, what you just said, that reminds me of like an NBA coach. When you see a Greg Popovich, or you see a Stan Van Gundy, or those guys, or even like a Brad Stevens, the young guys, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. Where did they start out? Researcher, video coordinator, analysis, gaining trust of the people, showing them I know my craft, I know my job. Like you said, I can research. I know everybody in this joint. You know what I'm saying? And being a trusted source and a trusted resource as you prove and you pay your dues and get up. And then so people see, so people see Malik Shaheed, but maybe a lot of people didn't know about the work that you put in at that place to get there. There were people there before you that paid, and then and you're standing on their shoulders as some of us are standing on your shoulders today, and it's gonna keep on moving. So thank you for saying that, because it's like, yeah, like I think a lot of these youth need to see the come up. You know what I'm saying?